thing about like Spy Family, and I don't know why like shows now on the shows or like the things I've read or like watched on there's like don't know why like the Shonen Jump stuff. They always hook you in with like
Action.
a plot with good action or like um a plot that is like somewhat like, oh, you need 5 to 10 people to fix, and like the power of friendship and stuff like that. But I don't know, like they draw you in with that concept, but then after that they kind of just spiral out to slice of life and family stuff.
Yeah.
Especially Spy Family. Like I'm like now the recent season, I'm really not watching it, even though Spy Family is it's number one popular, but also number two, my like second gateway anime.
Gateway?
Yeah. Like the first anime that I actually like watched, like sat down and actually started watching was Spy Family. And I really liked the beginning portion. And then you move to season 2, and then you're like, oh, the plot is not moving at all.
It's like stagnant.
Yeah, and I also like after I read the manga, and I have to say like the only time that I actually felt like, oh my god, I need to reread the manga, like start reading the manga again, was when I got a leak that apparently at one chapter like Anya finally gets involved, where it's like, oh, there's this terrorist group. I think the manga ones will know. Like, there's this terrorist group that tried to hijack the bus, like containing like all the primary school kids, and like it wanted to like I don't know, like what's that? Like explode or something, like like everybody will be grieving, everybody will be sad, and then eventually the school will close or something like that. And then like there's like the up to the end, like the cliffhanger was that Anya like this guy strapped one of the terrorists strapped the bomb on Anya's neck, and then like, oh my god, finally stakes. And then you read the next chapter, and then Anya's just reading his mind, and then he literally just goes, yeah, the bomb's fake, man. I'm just like, oh, that was 1 week worth of anticipation gone for nothing. And I read, and then like, okay, just read up to like continuing like to read. I'm like, okay, they're dancing. Okay, Damien, the guy, is slowly falling in love with Anya. The guy is an alien. I'm like, what? they draw you in like with such an interesting premise, but the steps to get there is a slice of life comedy that like none of the characters, especially like the art, that kind of art style, especially for like Spy Family, is like not like there's like certain slice of life that I would consider good for slice of life. Like good art, number one of it is good art style. Like really, like the art style for Spy Family. I don't know why it's just like the most like, I don't know. It's like the jokes are there. They're slapping jokes, but it's literally just Anya just making funny face, and then that's it. And they're like,
is it like a joke of the week?
Yeah, kind of like, oh, Anya can read minds,
Like,
and then she's shocked. She's an assassin? What? You know, that kind of thing. It's
like, oh, so funny. Okay, I'm gonna go cook.
Yeah, exactly. That's why I'm like, I don't know. I like also the latest one. Another one that I was actually quite interested in was this show called Witch Watch, where basically, I made a short about it. It's like there's this witch that decides to visit his childhood friend, who is also half ogre but doesn't look like an ogre. And then basically like there's this like, oh, the mother has like this fortune telling. The mother's a fortune teller, and then the curse is that she will die one day unless being protected. And then you need to make sure that the fate is able to change and whatnot. And then we see like after the first season, we saw like, oh, okay, yeah, there is villains. There's actually thing after that. But after that, it turns into, let's gather all these characters, and now there are like 5 characters who we know very basic surface level. They do go in depth with some of the characters, but I feel like it's not enough for me to like feel something or a connection to these characters, and it just devolves into a slice of life. Haha, he magic goes wrong, and then I'm like, that's it. that's the show.
Da-da-da.
Yeah, exactly. It's literally like a gimmick of the day. It's like literally, this is a normal episode, by the way. It's like this person has a problem, like saying, "Oh no, I've run out of water. How do I fix it?" Then the girl's like, "Don't worry, magic can help. Magic water." And then she drinks it. Then it's like, "Oh no, suddenly I'm super long," or something like that. And then the rest of but we have school! Quick, we have to go to school! And then his body is like super long, like trying to hide it. And everybody's just reacting like, "Oh my god, he's super long!" And then that's it, like, no. And at the end of the day, it's like, "Don't worry, I'll fix it with my other magic thing." Sing! The end. That's a basic episode! Repeat that for season 2. For like 10 episodes where like nothing is happening. And they literally turn into a girl at one episode. I'm like, what is this?
Wow. Can you imagine someone actually watching that for like 2 seasons straight, 24 episodes each? Actually, not that I think
Yeah,
about
it's
it.
actually also because it was both of them. They both got 24 episodes each for a season.
Each season.
Yeah, that's why I'm like, that's wild to me in the fact that it was okay in season 1 because it was like they had like this the character the boy character Morihito, he was trying to find out like, oh, maybe whatever, because it was interesting because whatever hijinks did happen, it's like also he's like trying to figure out like, maybe this is like any day, like they could have, like especially in the beginning it was like any day you could feel like, oh, maybe after this the thing will happen, Nico will some terrible thing will happen. But in the end it's just like it just by after like they solve like what is like apparently it was like a little teaser, and after what in the end it just becomes just like a normal slice of life with a witch and 5 random characters. There's even a guy who is like a fanboy. No, fanboy. It's just a guy who's just a vampire. It's like there's one that's a vampire, one is a wolf, one is a tengu, and one is an ogre, and there's one that can turn into a cat.
Now that I think about it, I think that the way you describe the plot perfectly describes Rent-A Girlfriend.
Wait, what?
Like,
Wait, what?
like the MC always is never willing to confess to the heroine.
Oh.
For every single week, like the story for each week builds up to a premise where it's like the character is about to confess his feelings, but it never doesn't, and that continues for the entire manga.